The barbell back squat. This is one of the most classic lower body exercises that you can do. But truth be told, it actually works more than just your legs. It's also a great stimulus for the trunk musculature. There's no such thing as a perfect squat. Everybody's squat technique will look a little bit different depending on their biomechanics and anatomical makeup. For example, your torso to leg length ratio will affect your squat technique, and even your femur length, which is the thigh bone. So people with long femurs will need to have more of a forward lean or a hinge during their squat, while people with short femurs are able to stay a lot more upright during the squat. And something that people overlook a lot is actually your ankle joint mobility. We want to be able to get our knees past our toes during a squat to allow ourselves to hit depth. So people with really tight Achilles tendons or just basically poor ankle mobility find it very hard to squat to depth. And your foot position can even be dictated by your hip joint mechanics. So for me, I like to take a slightly wider stance with my toes pointed out, while some people will be able to have their toes pointed forward in a more narrow stance. So when performing the squat, start by gripping the bar at a hand width that feels comfortable for you. This will be dictated by your shoulder joint mobility and your pec muscle tightness. Then choose a foot position that feels comfortable for you. Like I said, mine is just outside hip width with my toes pointed out. You want to start your repetition by taking a deep breath in to brace and create intra-abdominal pressure, which is a really important thing to do when the load gets heavier. As you begin to lower down to the bottom of your squat during the eccentric part of the motion, you want to imagine screwing your feet out to create torque at the hip joint. Creating hip torque is a really good way to engage the glutes early on in the descent or the eccentric phase of the squat. That way your glutes will be there to help you to get back up. Another way to think about that is to drive your knees and toes out towards the sides. So you're like screwing your feet into the ground essentially. Maintain that intra-abdominal pressure by holding your breath during the descent or the eccentric. And then as you push up, remember to keep your knees driving out, screwing those feet into the ground and squeeze your glutes and quads to bring you back up to the top, where you can then exhale and let that breath out. Try to go down as low as possible while maintaining a nice straight back position. We don't want to compromise the lumbar spine by arching. Another helpful cue is to create tension through your lats by driving your elbows back and in towards your body. By doing that, you're going to create a strong posterior chain where the tension is maximized. So basically, you don't want your elbows moving around too much during your squat. You want to lock them into position to create full body tension. Remember, there is no perfect squat. Find a hand and foot position that works for you and try to maximize your range of motion whilst maintaining a straight back throughout the full range of motion.